There we go. Alright, ready to start. We'll call to order the October meeting of the Water Wastewater Committee. We got the leak adjustments to work that maybe this time.
Yeah.
Well, we've got them all here and everyone had their receipts, so everything looked good on them.
I thought I saw one from the apartment.
Yeah, I was curious about that because it looks like they didn't fix it the first time.
Yes, correct.
So,
I contacted them and it take them
okay.
a little bit longer to fix it again.
So this is just the one adjustment, they're not.
Yes, I told them that this is it.
Which one was that?
That was the one on,
Back here, this leak not fixed.
Hogan Lane.
It's
I think that's it.
top name on the second page. Of adjustments.
Hogan Lane?
Yeah.
Yeah, 906 Hogan Lane.
And they already turned in one?
No, they, I actually called them and told them we couldn't adjust the original bill. They had to go back out because the leak was not fixed. So I made them fix the leak before I gave them this.
Okay.
This is their only adjustment for that address.
All right.
That's the great thing about having water scope. You can see what's still leaking or not.
Guess I'll make a motion to accept them.
I'll second. Got a motion and a second. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed?
Opposed.
Motion passes. September 2nd meeting.
Well, I read over it and I didn't see anything that I thought was needed to change, so I make a motion to accept it as presented.
I second that.
Got a motion and a second. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? All right. Now we have the minutes for the September 30th meeting.
And I believe those are accurate as well, so I'll make a motion that we accept those.
Okay.
I second.
Motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Alrighty. Financial report.
Everything looks good. I know this page is kind of hard to read, sorry. But if you have any questions, let me know. I can get you the numbers. But everything looked good for August. Impact fee accounts for water, impact fees up to $94,000, wastewater $99,400. We don't have any budgeted plans to use that fund in 2026, but if there we do, and hope to do something with it in 2027, project related. I think there's a water project from the capital improvement plan that we've got plans to use impact fees to complete. Depreciation or repair and replacement fund, it's up to $1.724 million. Infrastructure fee, Joy didn't move any money out of it this month to pay any debt or anything like that. It's typically every quarter, so any questions on financial report? I mean, there's no discrepancies or anything that stands out.
Looks good. I make a motion that we approve the financial report as presented.
Second. We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, that motion passes. Presentations and announcements.
Unless you have anything, I'd just like to announce, I think you guys received an email that we had a little bit of staffing change. I'm currently the interim public works director, and if you have any questions, just make sure you copy me on that regards, and so we'll answer as quickly as possible.
Anybody have any questions or anything? All right, next is public comments. I don't see anybody stepping up for comments. No old business, new business, public works, first reading of rates.
Yes, we had the first reading of rates at September's council. We had the workshop before. First reading went well, so I'm hoping we'll do another reading in October, and then we are going to do all 3 readings, so it'll go to pass in November. And so here's your guys' recommendation for adoption.
For item number 6, I'm going to recommend that we table that. I think you guys are looking for a secretary that we need to maintain the minutes and everything on that. We are currently in a kind of a staffing crunch. I don't want to really have one appointed at this time, and then we end up having to change it again. So if we could, is maybe table that for the next, the November meeting.
We need to make a motion to table.
Make a motion that we table that.
Item 6 on the agenda.
I'll second.
Motion is second, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, it's tabled to the next meeting. All right. Budget workshop Q&A.
I saw most of you guys made it or were here right at the end. Did you guys all get a chance to look at the budget presentation of the budget book yet, or no? No, okay, I'll make sure to send it out to you guys so that you have it. We didn't make copies for it tonight, but I'll just go over the water capital projects that we've got budgeted for 2026. Depreciation placeholder, which is that 5% of our yearly revenues that goes into the repair and replacement fund that we use for various projects throughout the year. The capital infrastructure project is Woody Drive to Steeple, I think it's Drive or something like that. That's part of our capital improvement plan that's planned for 2026. So we're still in line with our capital improvement plan and following along as we should be. The repair and replace is the same thing. Capital infrastructure Highway 5 relocates for $50,000. We're still going forward with the Highway 5 relocates. Most of that will be reimbursable, but we like to have a placeholder of $50,000 on water and wastewater so that we're able to spend it on the engineering and everything that's not reimbursable. And then we've got a new one of capital asset land, the South Plain project that we're pursuing and it's that we're doing right now. Has obviously some pipe work to it, and we're foreseeing that we're going to have to go get some easements for it. So while we do have a loan for that project, we wanted to have budgeted funds for easements. So we have room to go get those easements. And South Plain placeholder is just to remind you guys that we're undergoing that South Plain project right now. For wastewater, same thing, the depreciation placeholder, it's at 5% of the yearly revenues. Capital infrastructure, CAO pipe bursting, these ones. We budgeted the exact same amount as this year. We felt like we were in a really good place this year. Frankie and his crew were able to get a lot done in-house. We were able to do quite a bit and stay on schedule with that, so that was a good amount for us and able to use it. I think we can use it again in 2026. Wastewater treatment plant upgrades for $100,000. As you guys know from the capital improvement plan, obviously we're going to need a lot more than $100,000, but there's going to be some big chunks of debt that we're going to have to take out eventually. But for now, we wanted to have $100,000 in there to be able to have a little bit of room until we figure out our next steps going forward. Highway 5, $50,000, same thing as water. And then that Lift Station 5 placeholder, to remind you guys that we're doing the Lift Station 5 project. We will know about funding allocation from Natural Resources Division during their November meeting. And we did apply for principal forgiveness for that project. So fingers crossed we can get a little bit of principal forgiveness for that project. And same thing this year with the capital land easements for that Spring Hill project. That will be reimbursable. It doesn't say it on here, but we're gonna include it that it's gonna be reimbursable through the funding that we get for that project. But again, need to have that money up front. We cannot get the funding until we have all the easements. So we have to have a clear site acquisition, so needed some breathing room there. And then the capital, possible payoff of the VACCON truck early is $240,000. So if we can afford that, we're gonna pay off the debt on the VAC truck and get that off the debt book. Total for water and wastewater, we're at $13,497,000. Won't go in the streets and storm water, but does anyone have any questions right off the bat about budget that we can help you guys get answered or?
Not right now, but we might have to review.
Yeah, I'll get it out to you guys and we'll put it on next month's agenda to discuss again.
Okay. All right. 2025 in-house and contracted projects review.
All right, so our construction crew is kind of wrapping up on a project to replace a main that goes all the way down to Lift Station 5. It actually goes underneath the Parkway Bridge. They're wrapping up that. Should be done with that in the next few days. That's going to represent, I think it's in the nature of 1,800 feet of pipe replacement that we're doing in-house. It's going to take care of a lot of I&I that's always been a subject. That's a problematic section that always has issues during rainy weather because it's within the creek. There's some other contracted projects in-house. Some of the engineering that we'd like to speak about is that we're doing in-house with Kelly, myself, and we do have a new engineer on staff, is that we're already beginning looking at the design and expansion of the plant, wastewater treatment plant for the next phase. That work will actually won't occur until somewhere time into 2026 when we receive some debt funding as well. Kelly is also looking at some other projects, but at this time we don't have any kind of report from those.
2026.
Likewise, I haven't had time to dig into what we're looking at for 2026 projects. So I also ask that maybe we have that, a new update on that at our next session.
We'll put together a presentation like we did last year with all the capital improvement projects and kind of what they are and what funding mechanisms we're going to use. But
That'd be good. Looks like we have reached the end of our agenda.
Waiting on you, Bob.
I'd entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
Motion is second. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed?